Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. On Tuesday we did Jurassic World, that was pretty fun. Now we have to choose something else. What about Beyond Human? It's at the top of the list right now, I'm kinda curious. Summary, guide a benevolent gene-manipulating virus in its campaign to bring about the next stage in human evolution. In this heavily event-driven scenario, many options and playstyles with over 10 different endings. Wow, really? Okay, this is going to be interesting. A genetic engineer seeking to improve the world creates and unleashes a benevolent virus to perfect humanity. Not everyone's happy about it. The Last Man, a fanatical anti-transhuman organization, will stop at nothing to halt the virus, even if they have to kill off every transhuman on the planet to do so. This is starting to sound a little bit like the anti-plague kind of scenario, which is pretty awesome. Your job is to bring about the next stage in human evolution. Will you manipulate the media and sell the virus to the rich on the free markets, or create a cult and seek out converts among the downtrodden poor? Okay, that's a lot of questions you're asking me. I don't think I have answers to any of those yet, but even so. This is your first scenario. It's pretty ambitious, with many possible endings. Huh. Well. That sounds interesting. If this is anywhere near as good as it sounds, I'm going to say that this guy has a promising career starting off in the Plague Inc. community. Alright, Zarathustra. For years you have labored, but alas your creation is complete. A virus that will perfect humanity and bring them to the next stage of evolution. Now all that remains for you to release the virus. Where will it begin? I mean, we often start off in Saudi Arabia, so I guess we'll just go ahead and start there. Zarathustra starts off in Saudi Arabia, a benevolent virus that improves humans. But not all humans want to change. Through persuasion or force, you must show them the error of their ways. Well, I prefer persuasion, so let's try to go for a persuasion route if we can. Transmissions, we have idealism. Many of the infected will accept the virus's goals and work to spread it willingly. Greatly slows future research and unlocks idealism options. Okay. Blood 1, allowing it to spread via shared needles. Yick. Okay. Sensuality. Infected grow more passionate and less concerned for socially acceptable behavior. Raises infectivity and severity. Sapiophilia, sorry. Infected develop attraction to intellectuals. Yay, that works for me! Increases their contact with doctors and scientists. Lowers infectivity but decreases future research speed. Wow, attraction to intellectuals as opposed to your standard stereotypical man meat. Yeah, I can work with that. Let's create this world. That sounds great. Wanderlust. The infected will be compelled to wander more. Increases land, sea, and air transmission. Sounds pretty darn useful. Let's go for idealism because it opens up a lot more options and it's pretty effective for relatively cheap. Force. The infected will attempt to spread the virus by forcing it on the uninfected. Okay, trying not to do that. Prepared concoction. The virus can survive outside the body in a prepared saline solution that can be consumed voluntarily. There we go. A little bit of misspelling there. Or slipped into food and drink. So, drugging them, kind of like the date rape drug thing, but we're evolving them. That sounds like a bit of a violation of privacy. Let's not do that either. Then we have persuasion. Persuasion. Okay, missing an R. The infected will attempt to spread their ideals and the virus through persuasion and reasoning. That's the route we're going to go for. If there are 10 endings, I don't know what triggers all of them, but I'm assuming we're going to find one if we go down the persuasion route. So let's try that instead. Symptoms. Hypnotic Gaze. The eyes appear sharper, clearer, and do not require as much blinking. Increases infectivity. Vision enhancement. The infected eyes develop a reflective layer that allows them to see in the dark, giving them a combat advantage. Combat advantage? No, we're trying to persuade, not force. And then immune suppression. That doesn't sound like an advancement at all. The infected appears visibly ill for a few weeks as the virus multiplies within the body and prepares to modify the host. Hard to cure and increases mutation rate. Interesting. Okay. And abilities we have drug resistance and post-humanist. Removes the safeguards on the virus that maintain the humanity of its hosts. Unlocks powerful mutations, but greatly diminishes infectivity. Interesting. So we have the option to actually turn people into more effective advanced humans, or to go beyond that and actually transcend beyond humanity itself into some sort of, I don't know what. I'm not sure what route we want to go. We'll go for persuasion for now. Then we have compassion. I guess we'll go ahead and do that. Marketing. The infected infiltrate mass media, publishing information, explaining the benefits of voluntary infection, more effective in the urban countries, and coexistence. The infected will set aside their goals of conquest and will be willing to negotiate terms of peace with humanity. Is that heading toward a victory condition then? It doesn't seem to do anything, but it sounds like the sort of thing that would. Now, I'm not sure yet. Flat Earthers claim to have members all over the globe. What globe? You mean the plane of existence? Sorry. Marketing, we'll do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that gives us any benefit right now, or if that's something we want to get later. Maybe we should start with some symptoms instead. Although I will go for a little bit of sensuality, right? Nothing wrong with as we advance. You know, we feel the need to breed a bit more. Pass the genetics on to the next trait. So we could reduce future research speed with this, which I don't think sounds that great. Blood, I mean, this just sounds kind of sketchy, sharing needles, but let's try it. That leads to saliva and blood too. Now, these are definitely something we probably should go for. A little bit more infectivity in the poor countries. Saliva could be useful. Top-notch mine opened up in Sweden. Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. Let's go for immune suppression to go for a bit of mutation rate, but I'm kind of curious if the mutation rate works against us or for us. Cellular renewal. Damaged cells repair themselves over time, causing the infected to take on a youthful appearance. Hey! Eternal youth. Okay. Vascular expansion. The blood vessels expand, allowing stronger blood flow to the skin and muscles. Increases combatability. This isn't a Croa virus, so I have no idea why that would work. But maybe. Now, it did say in the description that this scenario is very event-driven, so I'm kind of curious what the author means by that. I want to see what that means. Zarathustra spreads to India. As time progresses, Zarathustra infectees will travel to new countries and bring the virus with them. Evolve land transmission mutations to spread the virus around the world. Well, that sounds great, but I only have access to a few things. I guess we should go for Wanderlust. Wanderlust could be useful. Get on the boats, get on the planes, better land transmission and stuff, yeah. That's what the event seemed to imply I should be doing. Sexual revolution in Saudi Arabia. No way. All over Saudi Arabia, high levels of sexual behavior are on the rise. Traditionalists are concerned by recent trends, claiming it to be a sign of the end times. I don't know if that starts in just every country that you start in, but that's pretty funny. Undercover police in Saudi Arabia apprehended a drug dealer who tried to sell them a substance he called Zarathustra. Though seemingly benign, the drug appears viral in nature and is capable of replicating in the bloodstream of its users. More research is needed. These are pretty cool. Like, this is actually some well-written, thoughtful events so far. I'm liking this. Liking this a lot. Mobilization. Infectees deliberately travel to new countries in order to spread the virus. Increases cross-country transmission greatly. Requires 35 DNA. That's a lot. Let's go for the blood transmission instead. Saudi Arabia is trying to cure it. Of course Saudi Arabia would be trying to stop it. That's funny. Saliva 1 and 2. Now, I'm not sure if Saliva 2 was supposed to be unlocked by getting blood 2. Imagine it's still supposed to be tied to this, but oh well. Sapiophilia? Or sapiophilia, I have no idea. Lowers infectivity. I'm not too worried about the research speed right now. Let's go for cellular renewal and vascular expansion. I don't know what combatability does for me here. Nutrient absorption. I think it's is that supposed to be a P there or a B? I actually can't remember. I feel like it's supposed to be. I don't remember actually. Never mind. The body is is able to absorb nutrients better, allowing them to survive on less food. Increases land transmission and reduces the need to eat excessively. And then we have lung expansion. The lungs and chest expand, allowing the infected to take deeper and fuller breaths. Increases land transmission and reduces the need to sweat excessively. So very similar in the wording here a little bit. Land transmission and something excessively. Still, that's pretty good. Vision enhancement. Okay, we can see in the dark now. Kind of creepy, really, when you think about it. What's this? Quickened reflexes. Ooh, we're becoming like Spider-Man. The infected gain the ability to react quickly to dangerous situations, increases combat effectiveness. There's so much stuff about combat effectiveness, one would have to think that that is going to be a thing, and yet, if it's not in the coronavirus, I have no idea what that means. Zarathustra linked to anti-establishmentarianism, as opposed to anti-disestablishmentarianism, which is the longest word in the human dictionary. Interviews with Zarathustra infectees indicate a strong correlation between disease progression and anti-establishment sentiments. 63% of infectees support revolutionary ideals, 76% oppose traditional notions of good and evil. Well, that's interesting because it would imply that as we're evolving, we're discarding our concept of the natural law and probably even natural rights and stuff along with that as well. But okay. Efficient cooling. The body improves its cooling systems, land transmission, and in hot climates. Okay. Pheromones. The infected produce a subtle scent from their pores and mouth that affects the emotions of those around them, increases infectivity. And improved digestion. The infected develop the ability to digest tougher foods, allowing them to survive in hostile wilderness, increases land transmission even further. I mean, that's all pretty good. For abilities, let's go for some drug resistance, and then I don't know if we want to go for post-humanist or not. Oh, I should have read that. That was a unique event. Sweating buckets. I guess something about our sweating. Zarathustra genetically modified HIV virus, say scientists. Really? They claim that the Zarathustra appears to have been genetically modified HIV. The creator and their motives could not be determined. That's an interesting development. Not quite what I think I expected. Mobilization sounds really good. I very much would love to make sure we get that so we can get around to places like Greenland with very little effort. So we'll go ahead and do that next. I'm going to go ahead and grab Coexistence before we get locked out of it. Make sure that, works to our advantage. We're infecting pretty well. Zarathustra may have beneficial effects. Really? You don't say. Reports over the positive effects of Zarathustra have been showing up all over. Supposedly the virus is capable of improving one's health. Scientists continue to search for an explanation. So this is surprisingly low in infectivity across the board here. Very low infectivity, but we're doing okay nonetheless. Skin contact. The virus replicates in the pores and can spread through prolonged or repetitive skin contact. 1 and 2. Okay, not sure if we need that or not. Let's go for the pheromones? Sure, pheromones. Hypnotic Gaze. Alright, we'll grab that. That leads to enhanced empathy. The infected gain an increased ability to empathize with other humans, even though we're not going to be humans by the time we're done. It's been placed on the watch list. They are now very much working on the cure. We'll see how well it works. Zarathustra is dangerous despite the benefits, say scientists. Despite the superficial benefits of Zarathustra, the fact remains that it is still a highly infectious and rapidly mutating retrovirus. It is only a matter of time before it mutates into something far more dangerous that we cannot control. Dude, you got 4 billion people infected. I think you're out of control to begin with. You've lost, man. Empathy. Supreme Charisma. This is something I could use. The infected are capable of bewildering the minds of the uninfected, giving them high levels of social control. Increases infectivity, lowers severity. Sounds good. Improved intelligence. The infected gain a boost to intelligence. Increases infectivity and combat effectiveness, but speeds up the work on the cure. That only makes sense if the infected are also working to cure it. Which I suppose there could be some, but we did go for idealism for a reason, What's this? Last Man organization growing. The Last Man, an international community opposing the alarming spread of Zarathustra and its associated ideologies, is rapidly gaining members. Leaders of the organization are calling for members to stop the spread of Zarathustra at any cost. Do we see a ZCOM base getting set up? Because that'd be very interesting. I could speed up the cure a bit if I did this. Let's go for the lung expansion. Cardiovascular efficiency. The infected are able to endure strenuous activity for longer periods of time, increases combat effectiveness and land transmission, or metabolic rush. The body burns through energy faster, increases in combat effectiveness and effectiveness in cold climates. Now that's something we need. The air conditioner combo. With stronger lungs, infectees can evaporate heat and emit pheromones through their mouth instead of being constantly covered in sweat. All side effects of constant sweat are cancelled. Oh, I guess we were sweating buckets before, and that's what that was. Quickened reflexes for free. Cool, let's go for the metabolic rush. Better in the cold climates. Muscular growth. Okay. Severity, combat effectiveness, and stuff like that. Really need to do better in places like Russia, though. We're having a hard time in cold environments. Let's go for more drug resistance. I really don't know if post-humanist helps us here, but maybe we have to go for it. Zarathustra, the real story. It's the plague that's on everyone's mind, but is it really to be feared, or can it make the world a better place? Tune in this Thursday as we explore the facts of this mysterious virus and show you how it can change your life. Sure, why not? Oh, crap, I didn't mean to click OK on that one. Okay, Zarathustra changed somebody's life. It was an interview, I guess. Do we go for post-humanist just to see what it does? Alright, we'll grab it. What does it do? Ooh, hello. Okay, Bionic Organs. The infected's internal organs are radically enhanced, enabling them to perform strenuous activities for incredible lengths of time, increasing land transmission. Dermal armor. Let's see. It looks like it reduces infectivity a crap ton. Rapidly hardening protein that could that turns the body white, able to deflect bullets. Lithovery. The stomach produces a powerful acid capable of dissolving rock and metal. Are we turning into robots? Bionic robots? Chromatophores. I think. Chromatophores. Yeah, I think. The skin is capable of changing colors. Infected can use this ability to camouflage themselves for a combat advantage and pass guarded borders unseen. And then lastly, genetic manipulation. The infected become capable of consciously modifying the virus's capabilities, substantially increasing mutation rate. which sounds like it would get out of control very quickly. Is that something we want? Probably not. Let's go for improved intelligence. I am very concerned that we're having a hard time getting in these cold countries. Super intelligent infectees seek the cure. The virus has given us a gift, but until we can control and understand it, it remains a disease. We are still human, and it is our duty as humans to use the gifts of Zarathustra against it. We will do everything we can to find the cure. Okay, I guess we'll do that. So now you have less incentive to work on the cure because people are finding you more attractive. Bionic Organs mutated for free anyway. Okay. Let's go for skin contact, then aerosol droplets, allowing it to transmit to people who are around spin. Blah, 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 blah. We still haven't gotten into Greenland here, and I'm very concerned. Popular celebrity goes transhuman. Yeah, I know what people are saying about it. All I'm saying is, you want to get ahead in life, you gotta do what you gotta do. Get Zarathustra, or go home. Fascinating. I think this is almost asking some really interesting questions about the future of humanity if something like this were to happen. Cure is now 50% complete. That scares me a bit. We could go for some genetic hardening and slow things down, and I think we kind of have to. Muscular growth mutated for free. Okay. I mean, what's this? Combat mastery. I don't care about combat. Cardiovascular efficiency. Improved digestion. Go for this. Detoxification. The liver is improved, allowing the infected to resist toxins and produce bile that kills foodborne diseases. And, grabbed it instead. Okay, enhanced kidneys. Modifies the kidneys to retain more water and excretes excess salt, increases land transmission, and makes sea travel possible. Oh, was it not really possible before? Because that's useful to know. Let's go for the detoxification and the cardiovascular efficiency. Stowing away in ships. An infectee was discovered in the cargo hold of a ship yesterday. Despite having no access to food or fresh water, she was perfectly healthy. Authorities are calling this a freak occurrence and assure the public it will never happen again. Their organization is rising steadily. To be human is to change. What is it that raises humans over all other living beings? Alone among creatures, only man actively seeks to change himself to become something new. What purpose is there to life, if not to make ourselves into something more? That's a pretty good quote right there. I like that. So here's the thing. We're getting a little bit of lethality, but it's not quite enough. It's not going to be enough to get me much in the way of DNA right now. We're kind of out of steam, and they're working on that cure very rapidly. All right, well, we got genetic manipulation. That opens up echinosis. The virus rapidly evolves to cross-species barriers and develops the ability to modify the genes of plants and animals. I guess we'll grab it and see what it does. Biological network. I think we're becoming one with the planet in some sort of way. Neural interface. The virus modifies brain cells to be capable of interfacing with other mechanisms it produces. And then we also have assimilation. The virus will prioritize replication above all else, including the survival of its hosts. Infectivity and lethality greatly increased. I would do that right now just because we desperately need the DNA. But right now, we're at 75% and not really going anywhere. There's neural interface. Okay. But if we can't get a bit more power... Well, we got into Greenland, okay. If we can't get a bit more into places like Russia, we're kind of doomed. Public opinion against the last man. Ooh, they're losing the war now. Those so-called protectors are nothing more than a band of murderers and thugs. Killing transhumans out of fear is inexcusable. The last man are the real monsters in this story. Dermal armor mutated, okay. What are we turning into? Zarathustra conquers India. A new government is being constructed in accordance with Zarathustra's beliefs. And I'm watching the cure actively going down here. Zarathustra flying extreme economy class. Flight 717 was disrupted as Robin Wilco, a known associate of the Last Man organization, opened the emergency door mid-flight to fire upon what he claimed to be a Zarathustra infectee on the wing of the plane. Wilco was apprehended and taken into custody. Yeah. Twilight Zone episode. I get it. Lithovery symptom. Okay, that's the thing where we could eat metal and rocks? Right. Living weapon. The body receives develops an exoskeleton that is with highly visible physical augmentations suitable for combat. Increases combat ability. Again with the combat ability, though. Nanite swarm? Capable of leaving the body and constructing new structures. What? We're definitely becoming more robotic. Biometallic Integration. Metal atoms are incorporated into the body, causing it to take on biomechanical properties. It reduces lethality, actually, but it also reduces infectivity. Awareness? Biological network. I guess we'll go... Do we go for the Biometallic Integration? I guess we'll try that. I know it reduces lethality, but I'm not trying to kill right now. We're kind of just sitting back and waiting for Greenland to get affected here. Combat Mastery. Okay. Not super helpful, but it's there. It looks like places are opening up their ports again, by the way. Unless I'm being crazy, but I'm pretty sure. Biological network. India just opened back up. Transhumans acknowledge human right to choose. Transhuman nations have decided that humans have the right to refuse conversion. Zarathustra has agreed to live peacefully with other nations on the condition that they halt all work on the cure. Right, because we are like a sentient virus, aren't we? World peace has been achieved. We haven't even infected everybody. All nations have approved the treaty. Greenland will remain a human nation untainted by Zarathustra, and humans will be free to join the transhumans in their own time. Work on the cure has ended and humanity is at peace. What? It's actually coded so that Greenland doesn't have to be fully infected. What? Oh my god. Granted, it took a long freaking time. We only got 1 star because it was so slow. That's interesting. That's less of like a kill all of humanity kind of thing and almost like a choose your own story kind of adventure there. Oh, I like that. All right, so whatever your name was, I'll find out. Hang on. Yes, it was a great scenario. What was your name? Indigo Phoenix. Indigo Phoenix, for your first ever attempt here, that's great. You're right, it is ambitious. It's surprisingly ambitious. I did not think it would work out as well as it did. That's really well done, though. I am impressed. People, seriously, take lessons from this guy here, because this is amazing. What a fantastic scenario. You really could play it several different times, and it would be a little bit different every single time. Man, I almost want to do it again as a full lethal playthrough, but I think, I don't know, we'll hold off on that for now, but dang, that is good. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Let me know guys if you guys have tried this scenario and what kind of endings you get. Rather than do it again myself, I'll just have you guys go and experience it, because this is something worth experiencing. This is a very unique way to approach a Plague Inc. scenario, and I like it a lot. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment with your experiences, and of course, subscribe if you have not already. My name is Pravus, and I will see you guys next time.